Well, we are having a snow day today, so rather than stand out here in the snow, I'm going to go inside and do a little monthly maintenance that we have to do to the Earthship. Come on in and I'll show you what I do. Okay, I'm going to cut 8 ounces of Ridix. And pour that in. Flush it, and that will take care of the septic. Okay, so this is our water utility closet. This is where all of our water is filtered for the Earthship. We have, as you know, we catch all of our water comes from the sky. So when it rains, snow, sleet, dew, it all is caught on the roof and is dumped into, we have 2 different tanks that are 5,000 gallons each, so we have a 10,000 gallon capacity for water. Anyway, so that all comes in here, and this is where it's filtered, and all the sediments is removed from the water, and we can use it for showering, cooking, even drinking. You can even use it for drinking. So what you have to do at least once a month is I come in here and I will clean the filters. And to do that, it's really simple. Simple thing to do. I'll turn off this water here. Put that down. That turns that off. So we have no more water coming in because I'm going to remove this one. Now just looking at this, it's still clean. This really doesn't need to be done. I did it last month, but I still do it once a month, just to do it. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is, this here is our pressure tank, so I'm going to turn that off so we have no pressure going to it for now. And that's this one. And next thing I'm going to do is basically just open this up and let this water drain out. Open this one up too. There we go. Okay. Take this one off. Alright, and to do this, we just simply screw it. And I use these black socks go over it, and that's just to keep algae from growing in here, because there's a little bit of light that comes through here, as you can see, and that just keeps the algae down so the algae doesn't help clog up the system. Okay, so I've got that off, and now this here is the actual filter. This is a 60 mesh. It has 60 squares per inch, and that's the first filter that goes. And this pretty much just gets rid of any big material, larger material, like bugs and stuff. Because yes, bugs do get into here. This is part of it. It's no big deal. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you. And then I just use a bucket full of mild soap and my little brush, and I just brush it. And that just pretty much gets rid of everything. Cleans it up. And then I simply stick it back. Get my cover here. Screw this back up. Just hand tighten it. Cover it up. Go ahead and close this valve. And then it goes through, once it goes to the 60 mesh, it comes out and it goes to the pump. This is the pump. This is where the pump pumps. So the pump is turned on and off here. This is a switch for the pump. So when we go out of town or something, I can just turn that off, and that way I don't have to worry about pump coming on while I'm not here and just running all the water out. We don't want that, so I always turn this off when we leave. This is the next one. This one, let me go ahead and drain the water out of it. And it's pretty much the same thing. You just get all the water out. And now you can't really see, but down here at the bottom, there's just rock covered. So it's not like I'm making a mess here. It just goes straight into the ground. This water actually will go into our grow beds that spills out for growing our food or whatever. And this one here, this one is I don't think a 500 or a 600 mesh. I think this is a 600 mesh. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's a finer mesh. So the water is even filtered more finer. Sediments and stuff is removed, and I just take my little brush here and brush it really good. And then again, it's just a mild soap. So, this is where no bugs will get through at all. Nothing will get through this. Not even a skeeter. Alright, so I need to put that back. Screw this back on. Oops. And these are usually the two filters that I worry about taking care of. Now roll my sock back over. Not letting no light in. Actually, I'll leave it down so maybe you can see the water fill in when I turn all this back on. Okay, so to turn it back on, I just open that gate up, and that's open. Turn the filter on. See it's filling up. Water. And you can see how clean that water and clear that water is. And that's just basically, it's rainwater, straight from the sky. There's no additives, no fluorine added, nothing, fluoride is added, nothing is added. It's just straight rainwater, which is good for you. A lot of people grew up on rainwater. My mom grew up on rainwater. And then I put the pressure, turn the pressure tank back on, so now we have pressure. This is our gauge. We're up to 53 psi, which is fine. And that's pretty much it. That's all I do. This filter is another filter. This is even I think this is a 1000 mesh. Actually, I could probably clean that one out too. It might need a little bit of cleaning. So to do that, I just will simply turn this off here, and I will turn my pressure tank back off. This one might get a little messy here. Let's turn off the supply in, the water in. All right. Screw that. Pull that out. Yes, see, this is a 1000 mesh. So there's 1000 holes per inch. What that really means. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing here. Give it a good bath. go. That looks fine. Stick that back up in there. Oh. There we go. Screwing. All right. Turn the water supply back on. And there we go. And then this is our water. This is for our drinking water filter. This is what we use to, it goes on through here, and it's even filtered even more down to the microns, and that just goes to a water line that's by the kitchen sink for that. And then of course this line here goes up, and this goes to our this line here goes up, and that is what is for our hot water. It goes to our tank up above the house. All of our water is heated by the sun. Here we have no, I have no hot water heater at all. It's all done by the sun. The sun heats it all up for us, and it does a really good job. In the winter, if it's overcast for 2 or 3 days, the water temperature does come down, and that's when you do need to bathe, take a bucket bath. If you need to bathe, you can take a hot water bucket bath, just heat the water on the stove like they used to do in the good old days. But I think this year we've only had to do that like once. I think Tamara had to do it. She wanted to wash her hair one day, and it had been overcast, so she had to use a bucket, which is really no big deal. You get used to these things. So let's make sure everything is turned back on here. We're on, we're on, we're on. And that's about it. That's about all of the maintenance that needs to be done at least once a month. It takes maybe 5 minutes, and that's to do the septic for our commode. And that's just, you know, pouring some of that Ridix in it. And this is just cleaning a few little filters. It's really no big deal. If we ever do have an issue with the water, every time you just need to come and clean these. You know, if the pump starts acting funny, it starts sputtering or anything, all that means is you just need to come here and clean the filters. But I've only had that happen once. That was last summer, where the pump was sputtering and acting a little funny. And this is when we were first moving in, and I was still kind of, you know, seeing all this for the first time. You're kind of like, okay, I'm not really sure how this all works. But like anything else, you just break it down, and once you break it down into smaller sections, you can easily manage the problem. You know, you're like, okay, this goes here, and now it goes to here, and it goes to here, and then you just learn the system, and it's not really that big a deal to figure out and understand how it works. But again, that's about it. That's about all of the maintenance that we have to do in the Earthship when it comes to our water.